Peter, welcome to In the Spotlight on New Greek Television. We're just so excited to have you on air because you came on our radar during the Patriarch's visit, and we were just, everyone here at the channel was so enthralled with all of the things that you're doing for the American Greek and Greek American community, and for the United States in general, for veterans. So I would just like to begin our interview and introduce you to our viewers by telling us a little bit about your story, the Greek American story, and your family, and how you ended up in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Well, thank you for having me, Yanna. I really enjoy your work, and thank you for everything you do for our community. So my family's background they came to America in 1895. My great-grandfather immigrated to the United States in 1895. He was one of the early immigrants, and originally started working at steel mills at Gary, Indiana. Did not like it there because it was too cold, and eventually made their way out west, where they settled in Ely, Nevada, where they became miners. Because at that time, mining industry was paying 3 times more money per day than regular jobs. So they ended up staying in Ely, Nevada.
What kind of mining?
Copper mining. That was during the Industrial Revolution, where they needed copper, and Ely, Nevada and Montana produced large amounts of copper. So they ended up being copper miners. And my grandfather's 2 older brothers, Dimitrios and Spiro, were with my great-grandfather. And then when World War I broke out, they were drafted in the U.S. Army. And hence, in 1917, they became the first of our generation that served in our country.
That is, what an amazing story. What part of Greece, Peter?
From Arcadia, southern Greece.
This is fabulous. Okay, I love these Greek American stories because roots are a very important part of who we are today and how we carry on the culture and tradition. And so moving forward to today, your family, all served in the military? You're all military, professional military men?
So we have, like all Greek American immigrants, a large spectrum of doctors, lawyers, business folks, and many that served in the military. But we have 5 generations of military service from my mother's side, from the Gudanis family, starting in 1917. And then we had family members that fought in World War II. My mother's brother, Uncle Peter, served during the Korean War. We had cousins that served during the Vietnam War. And then my cousin, Navy Commander Dimitrios Grimes, served in the Navy during the Afghan and Iraq War.
Wow, this is why you tie in so much with the veteran community and the voice of the veterans. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about your role in the Greek American community?
Yeah, of course. By profession, I'm an attorney and a businessman. So through the great fortune of this good country, I lived the American dream. My travel is one of the American dream, from rags to riches. My first job was shoe shining shoes at my father's store in Chicago, Illinois, at age 7. And through the learning about the work ethic, and I learned from my parents, who were both wonderful people. They were very spiritual. They were devout Greek Orthodox Christians. They taught us that this country gives you the immense opportunity to succeed, but you have to give back. So that was instilled in us from a very young age. So after I became very successful as an attorney, as a business person, I felt compelled, because of the Greek philotimo and because of how my parents raised me, to give back. And I started getting involved with veteran organizations and on veteran causes. And that's how I started serving the veteran community. And then, of course, I got involved with our church. I'm a member of Leadership 100. I'm also honored to be an archon of our church. And in that capacity, I feel it very important that I give back, because as we know, our church is under attack, Christianity is under attack, and His Holiness Patriarch Bartholomew is under attack geopolitically for different reasons. So this is the time where real leaders have to step up and support good causes and support our country and our nation. And I'm doing my best to fulfill that role as best as I can.
Yes, you do that very well as an archon, but let's touch upon that topic a little bit. Is this the reason for the recent visit from His All Holiness to the White House and to see and to have various meetings with State Department and Congress? Tell us a little bit about what threats are upon the patriarchy and our Orthodox religion.
We have to remember our history, because history teaches a lot. After the fall of Constantinople in 1453, there were about 1 million Orthodox Christians in Constantinople and then the Byzantine Empire. Over hundreds of years of oppression and slavery, that population of 1 million people has dwindled down now to less than 5,000 people who live in Constantinople. And His Holiness Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew, who of course lives in Constantinople at the Fanar, is under constant attack because there's a geopolitical play here. Turkey, the country of Turkey, and Russia are working together to reduce the role of the Ecumenical Patriarch of Constantinople and transfer the Ecumenical Patriarch to Moscow. The reason why they want to do it is Turkey wants to limit the role of Orthodoxy and Hellenism in Constantinople. Russia has a different ulterior motive. They want to have the Ecumenical Patriarch in Moscow, Russia, so that they can geopolitically influence over 300 million Orthodox Christians out of Moscow, not out of Constantinople. And we oppose that. If that happens, it would have catastrophic effects for America, because Russia would have geopolitical strength vis-a-vis the microphone and the respect of the Ecumenical Patriarch, and it would hurt our community and our faith, because the Turks would have a great time. It would be a huge victory for Turkey to say that they were able to eradicate the Ecumenical Patriarchy of Constantinople.
Well, that is the new Rome. It's not only Greek. Of course, Byzantium was an ancient Greek city, and that was where Christianity became the official religion of the Roman Empire at the time. But it also includes the whole of the Orthodoxy sector, which would be Serbian, right? It's many different Orthodox faithful.
Correct.
It's not only Greece.
Correct. Since its founding, the Ecumenical Patriarch of Constantinople is considered first among all equals as the leader of the Orthodox Christians worldwide.
With no doubt.
Just like the Pope of Rome is considered the leader of the Catholic Church.
Correct. I mean, so we're not going to go into Byzantine history and all that jazz, but yes, it is a very big issue. And how do you perceive Greece's role in that geopolitical problem?
Greece is a small country of less than 11 million people. It plays a very important historical role because it's the birthplace of democracy. It's a member of the NATO. It's a member of the European Union. But Greece gets a lot of its strength through the Greek American community and our lobby here. I've been involved with the Greek American lobby for almost 40 years. And we strongly support Greece because, we are honored to be Greek Americans because we have the Greek part, the birthplace of democracy, and the American part, where America is the protector of democracies all over the world. So we, as Greek Americans, have to work closely with Greece so that we can protect Greece and protect our heritage. I work with all the organizations. I contribute to all the organizations because it's all of us, we have a common goal of protecting our heritage and Hellenism. So I urge all people listening to this program to get involved with your local church, help support Greek American organizations, be informed of what's going on geopolitically, because Hellenism and our church is under attack.
It really is. And of course, Greece's role is strengthening as a great, it's been showing and proving that Greece, the nation of Greece, has become a very good partner for the West. It's a Western partnership, is working well for geopolitical reasons. And of course, as you know, the energy sector is playing a big role. The ambassador to the United States in Greece, Kimberly Guilfoyle, is really making a lot of strides with the energy sector. So I think that Greece, for being a very small country, once again, is playing a very big role as a gateway between East and West. And do you believe that the Greeks, Americans, either way you want to flip it or say it, are playing a role in this?
Absolutely. The Mitsotakis government is doing a good job. The economy is growing. They've added over 500,000 jobs since he became prime minister. So the trajectory of that country is good. So when we as Greek Americans want Greece to succeed, we want it to do better. And of course, we love our country, America. We want America to do. So it's a win-win by us being involved in the issues and us supporting our leaders. And, you know, we have great leaders in church. You know, our beautiful, incredible Archbishop of Philanthropist is a godsend. He's a very good leader, a very wise leader, very spiritual leader. Plus, we also have very strong leaders in the Greek American lobby. So I urge everyone to support our church and support these lobby groups.
And so they should, and we all should, and we do as much as possible. Here's another question for you, Peter. Being an attorney, I'm sure you deal with a lot of Greek Americans who want to get their passports and get their Greek citizen, or they have, they want to accept inheritance and have a foothold rather in their homeland, their parents' homeland, their grandparents' homeland. Why do you think that is?
There's two issues. First of all, the legal issues in Greece are very complex. There's still a lot of bureaucracy in Greece and too much bureaucracy. So everything, claiming an inheritance in Greece, for example, is 2 or 3 times more difficult than doing the same process here in America. Having said that, they've improved substantially the process over the past 10 years. And if anybody has probate issues, I urge them to call the Greek consulate office closest to where they live. And there is an expedited process now, even though it's still, in my opinion, too burdensome.
And what would you say to the Greeks who want to invest in Greece? What would you say to entice them or to, give them some advice on what to look out for?
Greece is relatively safe to invest, but proceed with great caution because there's still a lot of bureaucracy. And it's a different world than here. So yes, Greek Americans can invest, but they should go there with their eyes open, be careful. There are many dishonest people, and the bureaucracy, in my opinion, is still too burdensome.
Is dual citizenship something that you promote? Is it something that needs special care? What does it really mean?
Look, it's an advantage for people because it's a way of tying in with their background, with their heritage, with our history. Dual citizenship is a good thing, especially for our children and grandchildren. And also, if estate issues come up, being a dual citizen is helpful because it cuts the process in half. So in the recent years, it's become easier to be a dual citizen. But again, I urge people to work through the Greek consulate office. The process has been streamlined, but it's not a 1 day or 2 thing. You know, in this great country of America, we get spoiled of being able to do things in 1 day or 2 days. That same process in Greece could take months or years.
Peter, on November 22nd, you made history in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's never even happened for the state, let alone a Greek American. You were honored the United States Army Distinguished Public Service Medal. It is the highest civilian award bestowed by the United States Army, and that award was given to you by another Greek American, a 4-star general, Andrew Pappas. Can you tell us a little bit about how you felt where you knew you were announced the recipient and what this means for you?
It was very humbling and surreal. I've been involved in veteran military causes for over 30 years, mostly doing pro bono works and events, like hosting lunch and dinners for returning troops. And to receive this great honor was very humbling, is very surreal. But then to receive it from a four-star general who's head of the U.S. Army, who happens to be a fellow Hellene, Greek-American, General Andrew Popes, was really the icing on the cake. Because there you had this historic moment of a Greek-American named Peter Palivos receiving this very distinguished medal from a four-star general who happens to be another Greek-American.
Peter, you do wonderful work with the Voice of the Veteran, and you have a very big event. It's called the Day of Gratitude, which is taking place on June 6th this year, 2026, at Allegiant Stadium. It is the premier veterans non-for-profit organization. Tell us about your work there with this wonderful non-for-profit in Nevada.
I serve as chairman of Voice of the Veteran in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're the largest veteran organization in the state. We have over 25,000 members, and we have contact with over 782,000 veterans throughout the country. And it's all based on service. All of my organization, we're all pro bono volunteers. We get paid $1 a year. And we just try to unite our country. And this year on June 6, 2026, we're greatly honored. We're going to hold the largest military and veteran event exclusively in the history of our country. And we're going to have 22,000 people there. We're going to put in a beautiful performance by a top-tier pro performer with whom we're negotiating. And we're going to raise over $3 million, and we're going to give $3 million away to these families who served our country. Yanna, I'll be honest with you, our country's in trouble right now. We're too divided. We're not talking to each other. We're talking past each other. And we need events like this to bring the country together, centered around the service of the American heroes. People, men and women who served our country, have sacrificed a great deal to make us the premier international power. We are the #1 economy in the world. We are the #1 military in the world because of the sacrifices of these men and women. So many years ago, I started this program, a Day of Gratitude, where once a year we just have a big event for the men and women who served our country, veteran and military families, and express our gratitude to them two ways. One, by telling them we appreciate their service, but also by taking action, raising a lot of money, and giving away millions of dollars in goods that we raise for free as a way of showing our gratitude. And that's consistent with what President John Kennedy said many years ago. You know, President Kennedy was a war hero himself during World War II. And President Kennedy has said, saying thank you to a service member for their service is good, but it's better if it's backed by deeds.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And think of this, if you have a man or a woman who served our country coming back with PTSD and medical issues and a missing arm or a missing leg, tell them to thank you for your service is a good thing, but then you need to back that up with deeds because they have needs. They're suffering from PTSD, they're missing an arm. And some of these families paid the ultimate price where their father or son or daughter were killed in action. So I feel very strong about us backing our words with deeds.
Absolutely. And that's a great message for the viewers in general. There is so much that in general people need to do to support the community. It's a very big part. We don't realize we take our freedom for granted. And these all veterans, people who serve the military, even our back in the blue, the police department, people who are here to support and have basically protect the United States and the civilians. It's a case of national security. It is an issue that people are not really in touch with. And you're right to say that the people of the United States are very separated, and their views are extremely. There's a very big gap. I don't know. I mean, why do you think the United States, there's just new visions for this country? Can you tell us a little bit more about that, and where this is coming from, and how people are just trying to change things?
Yeah, I think, politically, 90% of the people in this country want the same thing. we really want the same thing. We're the greatest country in the world for a reason. First of all, we have the American people are the most generous, smartest people in the world. Second, capitalism works. And this is a land of opportunity. And 90% of American people, in my opinion, and I'm very politically involved, want the same thing. We want good schools for our children and grandchildren. We want decent wages. We want safe borders. We want a strong military. We want a chance to succeed in this land of opportunity. But it's the 10% of folks, in my opinion, the far right and the far left, that are sucking up all the oxygen in the room. And these are people that do not love our country, and they're doing more damage than good.
Right. We do have to find common ground, and we do need to, as America used to be, agree to disagree during conversations. Everybody has their opinion. It's just that when we get to a point of, ideology instead of, as the ancient Greeks used to say, balance, which is what democracy was based on, a balance of systems, things are unbalanced and there's unrest, as there is at this moment. Just different opinions of how people want to see things go. But we do hope for the best, and we hope that there is common ground and middle ground, because at the end of the day, we're all here in the United States because we came here, our parents came here for that exact reason that you mentioned earlier, for the opportunities, the ability to work and thrive, or you have a choice to do anything you want in the United States. Do you want to make money? There's an opportunity for you. Do you want to excel in education? There's an opportunity for you. So I think we agree on that part. I wanted to just touch upon, we couldn't close without saying a shout out to your beautiful, lovely, and very generous wife, Vicky. Tell us a little bit about her work, because you need a strong woman behind a strong man. That's what they say. Tell us about her work, because she's also very involved with the community.
Yes, I'm very blessed with a wonderful partner, my wife Vicky. She's a good woman, a Christian. She's given me 3 great children, 5 great grandchildren, and she's very active in philanthropist in Las Vegas. She was president of the chapter for a while. And she's very active in philanthropy. And her and I have the same passion, where we do events every year across the spectrum. It's just the veteran events I do are huge and they go national with thousands of people attending. But we also are involved in other philanthropic causes through the church, autism. We help victims of sex abuse, etc. And I could never have done it without a strong partner. And I'm very blessed that I have a wonderful wife.
Well, Peter, it was great listening to your story. You're inspiring, and it's infectious. We all want to get out there and do stuff after hearing this. And if anyone wants to support the Voice of the Veteran, where can they reach out?
If you check Voice of the Veteran in Nevada, there's a website we have. And I want to finish with this statement. We must remember, and I say this at all the events we do, we are not red Americans. We are not blue Americans. We are red, white, and blue Americans. And when we work together, we do great things for this great country.
Absolutely, Peter. Echoing these words here from In the Spotlight on New Greek Television. Thank you for being our guest today, and thank you for inspiring our audiences.
Thank you very much.